Fidelis Care offers quality, affordable health coverage for children and adults of all ages and at all stages of life. Quality health coverage, it's our mission. Call 1-888-FIDELIS or visit fideliscare.org. Hello everybody and welcome to the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. Each and every week at this time we'll take a look at our local college sports programs. We begin this week with the honor roll of local college athletes, brought to you by M&T Bank. At M&T Bank, we're listening, learning, and working hard to understand what's important to Western New York. It's what we've been doing since 1856. M&T Bank, understanding what's important. Coming in at number 3, Alyssa Brault of Roberts Wesleyan College helped lead the women's tennis team to a 7-2 victory over Brockport. Alyssa won in singles and doubles with partner Maureen Kennel. At number 2, Geneseo's Isaac Garcia Casani finished first at the Oswego Invitational, helping the Knights to the team win. Teammate Alfredo Mazuka was runner-up and just 3 seconds behind Isaac. And topping this week's list, St. John Fisher Cardinals quarterback Matt Naton led the nationally ranked Fisher team to a 35-21 win over Springfield College. The senior threw for 292 yards and 3 touchdowns. Time now for our local college spotlight athlete of the week. Many college athletes turn to track and field when their primary sports season is over, and sometimes they discover previously unknown talents. Here's a look at one such athlete.
No smile. I spent enough money on my pieces. Angry.
Roberts Wesleyan senior Malcolm Shaw is a difference maker on the soccer field. He possesses the type of skills that had Division I schools expressing an interest in him. But he's discovered something else that he's pretty good at, throwing the javelin, something he picked up almost as a whim, but now currently holds the school record, even though until 2 years ago, he had never thrown a real one.
I started throwing javelin in elementary school, and we didn't use the real javelins, we just used like the small plastic darts, but I decided one time, I wanted to try something new. Second semester there's no soccer, obviously, so I wanted to keep myself busy, so I went up to coach and asked, if I could participate in track. And thankfully enough, he allowed me to do it, and from there I enjoyed it a lot. I tried to work at it every day, and I just had fun with it and did my best, and luckily I know I could throw it, so I don't know. It's kind of interesting, actually.
His success with the javelin is something his soccer coach never was going to hear about firsthand.
I know that he was going to be participating in track, and the coach came up to me and he said, have you heard anything about Malcolm? And I'm like, well, yeah, I know he's throwing javelin for you. He goes, no, he's ranked number 1 in the nation right now for National Christian. And you'd never know that in talking with Malcolm. He's just a humble guy. He'll never tell you about it. Somebody else has got to brag for him. And that's just, that speaks to the kind of young man he is. He's just a humble, gracious, young man.
Good kind, guys. Well done. 4, 3, 4, 5.
Even though the sports are totally different, the approach to training for each one is very similar.
With soccer and javelin, they're still similar in the sense where you have to work hard. You have to, understand that you're in control of how good you want to be and how far you want to go. So again, coming in a team environment like soccer and training hard, you have to understand that you have to work hard yourself, which will get you better as well as the other guys. But also in track, you have to understand that if you don't work hard yourself and push yourself every day, you won't perform well. So that's where I just try to really focus on.
But Malcolm is first and foremost a soccer player for the Red Hawks. So with the talent that could have gotten him to a D1 program, how did he wind up at Wesleyan?
Just when they came up and approached me, I just felt really like these guys would really care for me off the field as well. Just the vibe they brought, it was just really felt like they take me under the wing, really support me on and off the field as a player, as a student, and I felt like I can grow and develop there, not only as a player but as a man too. So.
Well, he's got a different intensity. He reads the game very well. He knows when to put on that burst of speed. He has composure in the box, and a lot of guys get eyes as big as saucers, and he's just got composure. he can finish, and that's a big difference maker for him.
Malcolm's feelings about the school have been confirmed in his time here. The support he has received has been consistent and widespread.
I just give a lot of credit just to the coaching staff, the people on campus, the teachers, my teammates themselves. I just feel that it's really an environment where you can really grow and develop in all areas, and I feel like that's essential. And I feel like that encouragement and all the support that you get around people on campus translates to the field as well as in the classroom.
We recruit D1 level athletes, and Malcolm is clearly that. He's a standout on any field. I mean, we played a couple games already, and he's one of the guys that clearly stands out to all the others. And I mean, as good as he is on the field, I mean, he's a better young man off the field. He's just a quality young man for sure.
When we return, J.C. DeLass welcomes Brockport women's tennis coach Ed Gonzalez into the Coach's Corner. And later on, Kim Burnson has our Scholar Athlete brought to you by Dave. All that and more when the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat returns. As we head to break, here's a look at the Nazareth Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Nazareth College. As we come back from break, here's a look at the Geneseo Athletes of the Week, brought to you by SUNY Geneseo. Welcome back, and thanks once again for joining us on the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. Each week, J.C. DeLass from WYSL Radio will help us get to know an area coach with the Fidelis Care Coach's Corner. The Fidelis Care Coach's Corner is presented by Fidelis Care, quality health coverage. It's our mission.
This is J.C. DeLass with this week's Fidelis Care Coach's Corner, and our guest this week is Ed Gonzalez, who is the head women's tennis coach at the College at Brockport. Coach, you've worked at the high school level and at the college level. What brought you back to the college at Brockport?
I've been an assistant coach for the last 3 years at another college, and the opportunity arose. And since I was here before, I know a lot of the people, I know a lot about the school, so it was a good opportunity. And it's right here in my backyard because I live here right in town, so it was a great opportunity, so I jumped at it.
When you coach at a high school level versus now coaching at a college level, what are some of those differences for you?
Well, you got to cover more of the basics at the high school level. Most of the players that we look for are players that are as highly skilled as can be, of course, but they already have the skills. We just got to tweak it a little bit and do certain drills that might help their game. So that's the big difference. A lot of the high school programs, at least on the west side here, we just need to cover a lot of the basics.
So at the college level, is it fair to say you're getting closer to a finished product, or at least somewhere where you can kind of tweak things and fine-tune, as opposed to really starting from scratch?
Yeah, I'm good. But in years past, I've had players who've come in with very little experience, and if they're a good athlete, maybe not in the first year, but over the years, they can develop into quite a good player that will help our program.
As an alum of this college, and you went here at the college at Brockport,
Yes.
do you think that helps you when you're talking to the kids?
It might. I can't read their minds half the time, so I think it does help because I'm familiar with the school. I can tell them a little bit about the history of the school, not just in my sport, but over the years to what I experienced here. So I think that helps. Because when I go on a tour with them and I try to point out certain things that they may encounter. I mean, the players on the team are a big help, and they really inform them what to expect. In
your role, do you think it's more important to recruit talent or make the kids that you have better than they are when they get here?
Well, I can tell you, every coach will tell you, talent it makes my job a lot easier, but I'm willing to work with somebody who needs to work on their skills, but we try to recruit the best players, best students that we can get to come to Brockport.
No doubt about it. Coaching in the Northeast as a tennis coach, that's tricky.
That's a big challenge. I mean, geographically, we're in a tough location. We're up in the Northeast. I mean, I'm from downstate New York, and friends back home, my family, they all joke that I live in the Arctic Circle, but it's really not like that. We have beautiful summers, we have great falls. Our main season's in the fall, but we do have a spring season. We do have access to an indoor facility, but it is tough geographically where we are. But we do the best we can.
Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you for watching this week's Fidelis Care Coach's Corner.
Kim Burnson is up next with our Scholar Athlete, and later on, a high school quarterback turned college cornerback at St. John Fisher. All that and more when the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat continues. Before we go to break, here's a look at the RIT Athletes of the Week, brought to you by the Rochester Institute of Technology. As we come back from break, here's a look at the SUNY Brockport Athletes of the Week, brought to you by the College at Brockport.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for our Scholar Athlete, brought to you by Dave Digital Audio Visual Environments.
Where can you go to get expert advice and installation on TVs, sound systems, and automation for your home, car, or business? Come see Dave, Digital Audio Visual Environments. ComeSeeDave.com.
This week, our Scholar Athlete is diver Samuel Randall from Geneseo. Sam is a product of Pittsford, where he was an All-American. Now as a junior and national champion at Geneseo, he's been named the SUNYAC Outstanding Male Diver of the Year and was Geneseo's Male Athlete of the Year for 2016. On top of maintaining a high GPA, Sam also organized a charity event, Paint the Pool Pink, to help support the Breast Cancer Coalition of Rochester. All these contributions are what makes Sam Randall this week's Scholar Athlete, brought to you by Dave. Now, with a look at our college calendar, here's Dave Yates.
Here's our local college calendar for the week ahead. Tuesday is going to see a lot of action, starting with RIT men's soccer hosting Nazareth at 4 o'clock. The Fisher women's tennis team goes against the Soaring Eagles of Elmira College, also at 4. Nazareth field hockey plays host to neighboring St. John Fisher. That's at 6 p.m. Also Tuesday, the U of R volleyball team takes on Buff State. That matchup is at 7. On Wednesday, it's Geneseo volleyball taking on Alfred at 7. On Friday, the RIT women's hockey team, yes, hockey, goes against the University of Guelph at 6 p.m. Brockport's women's soccer squad has games on Friday and Saturday against Fredonia and Buff State. And on Saturday, it's the Roberts Wesleyan College Harry Anderson Invitational. This cross-country event also features runners from Brockport, Nazareth, and the U of R, all competing. That is our College Sports Beat calendar. With the fall season in full swing, here's how some Section 5 alums are doing at colleges outside of Rochester in a segment we call Postcards from College. Alex Officer from Eastridge has started 24 consecutive games for the Pitt Panthers, now playing center in his junior year. Former Pittsburgh Panther Joshua Mack got his college career at Maine off to a good start, posting 63 combined yards and catching 1 touchdown against UConn. Alexandra Cooper of Rush Henrietta finished in 5th place for Syracuse at the Harry Lang Cross Country Invitational. SU placed 1st and is ranked 15th in the country. Emily Wade, formerly of Mercy High School, has played 4 games for St. Lawrence, totaling 2 goals and 2 assists for the 4-0 Saints. Those are our postcards from college. Coming up next, our honor roll of teams and a look at the St. John Fisher football team, where the Cardinals' history of success looks to continue. All that and more when the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat returns. As we head to break, here's a look at the Roberts Wesleyan Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Roberts Wesleyan College. As we come back from break, here's a look at the St. John Fisher Athletes of the Week, brought to you by St. John Fisher College. Welcome back, and thanks once again for joining us on the Fidelis Care College Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. Here is our honor roll of local college teams. At number 3, it's the women's tennis team at St. John Fisher. The Cardinals shut out Utica 9-0 to move to 3-0 on the season. At number 2, Nazareth women's volleyball went 3-0 over the weekend with a pair of wins over Capital University and Oswego. And topping off this week's list, Brockport's women's volleyball is now 8-1 after going undefeated at the U of R Invitational. Emma Stoltz had 16 kills versus Hamilton. The Golden Eagles have torn off 7 straight wins. Which brings us to our Spotlight Team of the Week. The St. John Fisher football team is ranked 24th in Division III, and one local player embodies the old saying about size. Any football player in our area knows about the tradition of success at St. John Fisher. The Cardinals have set the standard on the gridiron. A perennial contender for the Empire 8 Conference Championship and a spot in the NCAA playoffs, they haven't had a losing record since 2001. Stands to reason, if you're looking to be a part of something special, Fisher could be the right place.
Yeah, it's everything and more. I love the guys here. It's a great team. Coaches are great. You know, they really coached me up. I mean, I was kind of not raw coming out of Eastridge, but they kind of fine-tuned me and made me the player I am, so I'm very happy with my experience so far.
One of the things that has made Mortalero's time with the Cardinals so rewarding is the attention he and the rest of the players get from the coaching staff. It's nothing against the coaches they had previously, it's just because of the situation.
In high school, they have a lot of things to worry about. They have extracurriculars to worry about. Here, they're more focused on football, you know. The coaches have more time to focus on the team and everything, and they have more techniques and everything, and it's nothing against the coaches in high school. They just don't have the time that these guys have. So I think that overall they've just fine-tuned me and made me the player I am right now.
Mortalero is the type of player a coach loves to work with. One of the smallest men on the roster, he is one of the leaders in Division III in passes deflected. One of the stats that earned him preseason All-American honors. He is proof that even in football, size doesn't always matter.
He's a very smart football player, and our players need to watch him because he's not the biggest, he's not the strongest, he's not the fastest, but he's a great player. I mean, he's an all-conference player for us, preseason All-American, which he earned the right to be a preseason All-American because he plays very smart out there. He doesn't make a lot of mental mistakes, and that makes up, because he's mentally so good, that makes him physically even better in that. So he's just a great, smart football player.
More of a tactical game for me because I'm so small and because these guys are so much bigger and sometimes faster and more athletic. I have to be more tactical in my pursuit because I have to know the routes they're going to run more so than just make the play. I have to know when to jump, when to time everything, and it's tough, but you know, I've tried to perfect it as best as I can. So
another reason that Mortalero can see what the quarterback is seeing is because he used to be one. Alec was a standout on both sides of the ball at Eastridge, leading the Lance to a Section 5 title in his senior year.
You kind of have a mind of a quarterback. Granted, I didn't throw the ball much in high school, but I mean, you still kind of have the mind and the mindset of being a quarterback. You think, okay, 3rd and short, I just want to get this first down. I don't want to try anything deep. Or it's 3rd and short, and you go, oh, maybe I do want to try something deep and maybe hit a double move or something like that. So you always got those things in the back of your mind while you're playing. And being a quarterback in high school kind of helped me out in that way.
Playing both ways proved how durable Mortalero was, and it's another one of the qualities that his coach loves, his toughness.
He'll take on anybody. He don't care how big the running back is, wide receiver. He'll take him on, guards he'll take on, and he'll play hurt. He'll get banged and thrown around, and he gets right back up and plays again. So yeah, he's a very tough kid.
Hey, this is the last thing we got right now. We talk about it constantly. We need to finish this. This is the last day of full contact practice. Last time we popped the pads before we go strap it up for real.
Let's go,
finish
boys.
strong.
Let's go, baby.
Do not let them in the end zone. Let's go. Cardinals on 3. 1, 2, 3. Cardinals! Here we go.
He enjoys the game, and you like it when you have guys that really enjoy playing football. And he really enjoys playing football and that. And I think the other kids see it, and that spreads around to the other kids too, that he really has fun out here on the practice field and on the game field.
Well, thanks everybody for watching.
And a special thanks to our sponsors, including Fidelis Care, for making the College Sports Beat possible.
We'll see you here next week.